Hey guys, what's going on? It's Twintuitive717. I am back with another reading, guys, hanging out with my little sidekick, Mega Good Vibes, and we are on to do some messages from the Divine Masculines. Okay, universe, you know who is watching and tuning in for the reading. Please provide clarity on the journey. Please help to confirm things that they're already picking up on. Okay, what's going on with the masculine collective? What's going on with the masculine collective? What are they learning? What are they experiencing right now that they want to communicate? Okay, so we have epiphany and we have breakthrough. I'm also hearing to say break free. So breaking out of or having a lot of breakthroughs at this very moment. Okay. I do feel since the new year started, like with us moving into January or just even into 2024, like energetically speaking, like this could be a feeling of excitement. Okay, the fear has subsided is a strong message that I'm getting through. That I'm getting is coming through here, because I feel like in the past many of your masculines have tried to like break through or break free, gather enough solitude so that they can start having a lot of these epiphanies and breakthroughs. And I feel like a lot of the fear has subsided. Like many of them have had a lot of plans that they've wanted to see through. And now they're not feeling fearful. They're feeling victorious in a sense. We also have divine timing and trust coming in. And this is the place where I feel like they are. And that's why this person has their arms up in the air as though it's a victory happening. And I feel like they've had to have a lot of trust and faith. And another message I'm getting coming through from the masculines is a big thank you. And it's coming through to you because I feel like you have maybe said this phrase to them before in terms of divine time. Okay, or they might have expressed like some kind of longing or yearning for you in the moments that you two had like passionate encounters with one another. I feel like maybe you might have uttered this phrase to them, divine time, and they've really taken it to heart. Okay, so these are some of the things I feel like they're learning about. We also have ego, vanity, and pride. This is partly what they're having epiphanies and breakthroughs about. Okay, I've been sensing this a lot, is like really moving away from superficial or artificial relationships. The song to mind comes Justin Bieber, Love Yourself. If you like the way you look that much, then you should go and love yourself. Okay, so they've had a lot of breakthroughs about certain people in their life and certain perspectives. They've been paying attention to what it is their values are, what their beliefs are, and ideally what it is they want for themselves. Summer is going to be a good time for many of you, okay? Summer months, or it could just be heat. Okay, things are going to start warming up, but some kind of growth needs to occur first. So it's almost like your masculines are opening up to experiencing something new for themselves. And if you two are wondering when you will reconnect, because I do feel for a lot of you listening, that passion, that chemistry is still there. You still hold space for them. You may keep an eye on them just as much as they keep an eye on you. But I feel like some kind of growth has to occur first, okay? And let's get some more energy around that. Maybe we can get some tarot on where that growth needs to occur and what's going to happen by the summertime. What are your masculines up to? What needs to occur? What are they having breakthroughs about? So we have the Two of Pentacles. I'm hearing starting over. I'll show you guys the card in a minute, but I'm really drawn to the image, and I rarely use this deck, but for some reason I was just guided to pick it up today. I was kind of looking through it, and I really like the images. But this seems like someone trying to find their way or trying to go in the right direction. Okay, that could be what they're having epiphanies and breakthroughs about. Like, I feel like both people in the card here seem lost, or like they're waiting on maybe a bus, or they're wondering which direction to go in, or they're looking for somewhere. Okay, and that may be the growth that a lot of your masculines are experiencing. It's like, which direction do I go in? And it has to come from their own experience, their own gut, their own intuition. But that's what I'm getting here is, which direction do I go in? But it's got to come from them. It's got to be their decision. Your masculines too could be relocating or moving right now. I want to hold this closer for you guys to kind of see what's going on there. I'm particularly drawn to the sign, and it shows two directions, and I feel like one person waiting, another person is not sure just yet which direction they're going to go in. And this could be why divine timing is coming up, because a lot of your masculines are making decisions. What kind of decisions are they making? What direction are they wanting to go in? Yeah, you see how the Two of Pentacles and now we have the Two of Wands coming up? For me, the Two of Wands is about having a plan. It's about having different options available, but ultimately about making a choice. I feel like a lot of your masculines too are, they're really walking away from a past that, before you came into their life, it was pretty dark. And it may not have seemed that way on the outside, but I'm hearing what happened behind closed doors. The path that your masculines are walking away from was a dark path. And through this card here, that's what I think that they're having breakthroughs about, or they're trying to escape. This could represent a lot of that vanity and pride that comes through in this card. And what I'm getting is like pretty on the outside, but devilish on the inside. Okay, that's an interesting message to come through, but that's just what I'm getting. It's like, they've been deceived. It's like something that comes with a pretty face, but on the inside, just how cruel, and I'm hearing unappreciative as well that people can be. And now they have a decision to make. They're choosing to kind of face their shadow self, because if you look in this card, they're looking back at the shadow, and I feel like they're recognizing the horns. And I love that the lantern is here as well, because for me, traditionally, when I see like light in any of these cards, it represents for me like intuition, and also like something lighting the way. Something is lighting up the way for you to see clearly, and you aren't to hesitate. Okay, don't hesitate, because the light is on for you. So a lot of your masculines have been through quite a lot. Okay, but I do see some victory for them, because we have the Ace of Swords coming through. For me, like Ace, it trumps anything. And I feel like this card represents that whatever they're going through, they'll experience victory. And this kind of goes hand in hand here with the summer, because I feel like what's in this ball right now is the growth that they're going through in the winter time. Soaring to new heights and taking risks as well. And getting back to themselves. I'm also hearing like getting back to the things that they love and enjoy doing. So many of your masculines could be looking forward to a period of just solitude. And I'm also hearing like feeling like very childlike again, with the Two of Wands coming out and just the imagery in this card. It kind of confirms what I've been picking up on, which is like a lot of your masculines breaking free from some kind of spell. But the only way they were able to do that was to create distance from a particular place. So it could be a house they were living in, a country they were living in, a job they were working at, a relationship that they've been in, a living situation. It could be anything. And they needed space from that particular location or group of people or particular person. And because they had that breakthrough to remove themselves from a particular environment, that gave them the courage to really face their shadow self. And now that this kind of spell has been lifted, they're recognizing themselves again. And this Ace is creating that new opportunity that many of them, like I feel, have been seeking. We also have stability here as well. What's funny about this card is I'm getting privacy. Like for once, they have privacy. Your masculines could be celebrating the fact that they have their own space now. And sorry guys, this is the Four of Pentacles here. And 4 represents stability, okay? It's like finally feeling safe in your own space. I don't know why I'm getting that, but just with the password there, it's like only they know the password. Only they finally have some sense of peace and stability here with that card. And I feel like this is a huge confirmation that many of them have moved away and they're now on their own. Because what I'm getting with this card here is that I see someone in their own apartment or their own house. They have their own things, they have their own space, and most importantly, they don't have someone lurking over their shoulder or invading their privacy with the password here. Okay, all right. So let's go ahead and find out how they're feeling towards the connection, okay, towards the divine feminine. It's like, am I on their minds while they're going through all of these epiphanies and having all these breakthroughs? If they're thinking about you at this time, divine feminine, and I shouldn't say if, just because I feel like twin flames are, it's just how it goes. Like, you're always holding each other in space. There's not a day where you wake up and you don't think of your person. But sometimes, you know, life gets in the way and we're focused on other things, like with the masculines, these new beginnings. And again, moving themselves or relocating away from something so that they can experience a lot of this growth in their own time. But of course they think about you, divine feminine. Right now we have past life relationships, so you've known each other before. I feel like they feel familiar. You feel familiar to them. When I say relocating, some of them could be relocating back to home. Many of you have known your divine masculines for a very long time. You guys could have grown up together and then your paths kind of separated, or I just feel the sense of coming home. Like, you two have known each other before, or this person needs to be near you or wherever you are, because you feel like home. And they know this with past life relationship because they often dream of you. They've been dreaming of you. And I feel like the dreams they've been having of you have been a positive guide towards like their truth and what it is they're meant to do. Because when they dream of you, they feel very comforted. And this message keeps coming up. Like, I've known you before. Like, you're here to love me in this weird way or at a distance. And I feel like for a lot of you, you have no idea how much your energetic like love and support and the messages you deliver through telepathy, how much it means to your masculines. Okay, even if you get into that place of just wanting to block the connection off, I feel like many of you who are listening, like, you do end up returning back to this place of you just hope they're okay, like you hope they're doing okay. And I feel like that energy has been received very well. Okay, and we have very soon to close off the reading, and I think that is what's next, you know, is communication with you two. Is like, you'll see that your masculine now has a clear sense of direction, but they needed this alone time. That's why there was so much conflict, and it seemed as though there was so much chaos when many of you were trying to connect with third-party energies, and it wasn't until you just really had to leave it alone that you started recognizing and seeing the shifts, right? And even with many of us who have been on the journey, you know, thinking to ourselves that you can't be with anyone else but your masculine, I feel like many of us have outgrown that, and we've allowed ourselves to be open, and that is just part of life. It is part of not standing still, not holding yourself back. There needs to be this genuine form of moving forward for the highest good of all in order for there to be a shift. And I feel like because that's taken place, many of the masculines have experienced like that breakthrough, the epiphany, the karmic situations. And now what's next is about clearly deciding what you want so that it comes to you. So that's where they're basically at, is just having clear intentions on this journey at this time, focusing on what it is they actually want, and getting back to the Two of Pentacles here, what it is they actually want to create. It's their choice. You know, in order to be in charge, you have to be on top of your shit, be disciplined, and have a plan in mind. And that's what I'm getting through the double twos as well, is just really because when you add 2 and 2 together, we can't reduce it because it becomes a master number. So I feel like for a lot of your masculines, this could be one of the key lessons they're learning at this time, is to be decisive and to follow through. Like 2 and 2 is follow through and you'll see success. Okay, but you have to be dependable upon yourself at this time. And once they gain that footing, I feel like clearly deciding what it is you want, and now you don't have the influence of other people chiming in, will then, you two kind of see that kind of spark and that romantic aspect again. Because right now I feel like that's dormant between you two, like that spark, that romance, that chemistry. It is all laying low right now because the masculines, they're going through this shift. That's why a lot of you can't feel like that, oh my God. You may be tuning in and listening for the readings, but you feel something brewing in the background. And what's coming is like, very soon, communication. Let's draw one more card on it as well. Just because I am feeling like a passionate start as well. Okay, that's too many, so I'll just take what fell right up on top. So we have wedding, okay? So the situation involves marriage. And for those of you who are rolling your eyes going, yeah, right, like we would never get married, blah, blah, blah. You can just kind of think of wedding as this past life relationship card that goes hand in hand, right? This situation involves two people who you're kind of spiritually committed here for the rest of your lives. That's why you can't wake up and go a day without thinking about your counterpart. This is why, it's like you kind of already came here and incarnated onto the planet in this energy, hence the past life card. So all it is at this time is really just kind of clearly deciding what it is you want now that all of these kind of energies are behind you. Okay, so I hope you guys have found clarity. You guys take it easy, and me and this little Maggie Lee will catch you guys in the next reading. Okay, all right, bye guys.